Talking trophies, I done grabbed a few, can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze, freeze. Stop you in your tracks, there's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit, your team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position, just know your spot. Sure, don't stop, it's a long season. They planning on winning for the
Well, my hit is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready?
Get ready, dog.
This be the green light, go. Tires burn the pavement. People want to know where Mace, Pops, and Dave went. Still here, still in your ear with a style so hot, you'll see where all the sun rays went. Legs, arms, and head, all being moved in a frenzy. The blends be all the right cred, meaning credentials. Best of both worlds when we rockin' over pearls in the instrumental. Are you ready? Set, jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter rock, turn it up, we giving the show. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about, space or out your mind? But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever. Sick with the talk, the pass to your receiver. All about running the spot. And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather. Cardio kingpin, subjugate the dub play. And you know we can't wait to bring spins. A-star quizzes, A+ the final. Vocals we align, we'll move it all simultaneously over joints we rock. We earn 30 years, so you can say we got 3 turns. Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men. We install doubt in you and your yes men. And if the game had veins, we'll insert upheaval the ground. Cause the adrenaline we blend with the sound is our thing. Relieving the kings of all crowns. So are you ready? Are you set? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter right. Turn it up, y'all keep the flow. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about, space or out your mind? But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Turn it up, y'all keep the flow.
Coach, I got to tell you, we envy you right now in that nice dry studio as we are at soggy and windy Gillette Stadium here in Foxborough, Mass. All the success in New England over the last few decades, and this crowd has never been more enthusiastic. A moment ago, the Pats emerged from their locker room. They are set as they'll square off with Eli Manning and the New York Giants. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28. Yard line.
First down. Let's go, boys. Bring it on. 28-yard line. Ready, set, 380. Let's go, D. Let's go.
They'll run with a former Super Bowl hero. It's James White. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Grant Haley in on the stop.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
The throw on second down by Brady is incomplete. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Check 3, check X3. 218, chopper.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. And he will have a man, Demaryius Thomas. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 43. First down, here's White. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
From the 40 now on second down. Brady, he throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, it was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I think a lot of people are a little bit surprised there that they ran the draw after that successful pass play previously, but the thought process had to be, maybe we can catch them rushing the passer and hit something big with the running play.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. That throw by Brady incomplete.
Used to have a coach used to tell us all the time, those scouting reports aren't just to use up paper, guys. Well, nowadays, you know, we're watching a computer screen, right? They scouted this team very well. Know that they like to use the running backs in the passing game. They covered that play successfully.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Going for it all. Has a man, and it's Edelman for the Patriot touchdown. Julian Edelman, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Patriots drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Now Stephen Gostkowski on for the extra point. Footing likely going to be an issue all night here on a rainy night, but this one is good. Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Running it with the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year a season ago, Saquon Barkley. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Throwing now is Manning. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Lightning speed there from the safety, Devin McCourty, on the sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
On 3rd and long, it's Manning finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And the Patriots take over. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you run into big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
So many different weapons available in that Patriot backfield. Here's 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From just shy of midfield, Brady. He's got a man complete. It's Julian Edelman. And he'll get it down here to the 43. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Now, meanwhile, the throw by Brady knocked away, incomplete. DeAndre Baker, the first corner chosen in this year's draft, there to make the play defensively. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. Brady now to throw. And now he'll turn, and off his back foot, he'll heave this deep. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Well, I was watching him in warm-ups, and he hit a 62-yarder that hit the crossbar and went over. This one a little bit inside of that, but not enough leg.
And the difference is what?
Well, your live conditions, right?
Live conditions, game conditions are a whole lot different than practice, where you just pop it up there, no rush, no pressure. I think maybe that takes a couple yards away from you when you have to do it when it's real.
And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Aldrich Rosas on for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
So Brady and the Pats take over 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. They'll start the drive with a give to White. White's got a first down and more. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Start of the second quarter from Foxborough. It's the homestanding Patriots with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Wait, set, line 20. Target. Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Check, 93's the mic. No chance. Gatto.
They go right back to White here on first down. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That burst good for 20 and a first down. Throwing on first down is Brady. I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Running the toss here to White. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. James White, his first touchdown on the year. And the Patriots. Well, that turned out how they wanted. Run the toss play to the left side, go for that pylon, get in there.
And just being able to understand where the pylon was and sneak it in there, well done, well executed.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. And a short kick, taking it about the 16. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The New York set to take the field. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
From midfield, here's Manning. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Dante Hightower in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
72.
Brady gives this to White. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
450.
They'll run on first down. White. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
2 times. 4 down. Hey, 66.
Brady gives to Michelle, pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Michelle. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Sony Michel, his first touchdown on the year. And the Patriots add on to their lead. The point after try for Gostkowski. It's good, and it is now 21-7. Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Manning now on first down. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. This is first and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Throwing is Manning. Tate bringing it in for the Giant touchdown. Golden Tate as the first half is winding down. And the Giants able to get this back within a touchdown. Oh, I was just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened-up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again, Brady. Going up top. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
Let's go, fellas.
Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Second half begins with a run from Barkley. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
X3, 218, chop.
From the 31, Manning over the middle. He's got his tight end Ingram. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Manning going to hand it off to Barkley. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Looking for Tate, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason McCourty. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
61, Matchbox Lights.
Mike 52.
They start to drive with White. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They stay on the ground with White. 27 yards there, a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Brady deferring to White on the draw. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the 43-yard line.
Wait, that 380.
Now they'll throw with Brady. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And he's taken down inside the 30. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space.
Wait, that wide 20. I got it. Hey, Alabama.
Now a first down carry. It's Michelle. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 30-yard line.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Switch. Protein spill.
Snap comes at 1, and it's Brady. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Marcus Golden just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Tough spot for the Pats now after the sack as Brady will lead them up 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Brady. And that is incomplete.
Well, he'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. This from 54 yards away. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at their own 44.
General West. Ready.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Faking the give to Barkley. Now Manning. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he's got this down to the 35. 16 yards, a 1st down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. It's a gain of 3 on what will be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in Foxborough. It's the Giants with possession of the football but needing points as we start quarter number 4. On 2nd and 7. Manning. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
Ready. 60 yards.
They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. Manning going to throw. He's to the 10. This will be caught inside the 10. And down to the 7-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right, safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. And Barkley will try to punch it in. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
Well, the spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the 2nd score there. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. To throw is Manning. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Rhett Ellison, his first touchdown on the year. And the Giants are a 2-point conversion away from tying this football game. From the gun, it's Manning. And he's got it. The conversion good, and we are tied in the fourth. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted the tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done, get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Brady going to throw. And it's hauled in by Ben Watson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
On first down, White. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Blue draw forfeits. 31.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Brady. Over the middle, Julian Edelman. It's complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 12 yards there and a first down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score.
By 52. Hey, watch second.
They'll run on 1st down. White. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Brady. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Partner, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
Brady, 8 of 15 through the air, but it's 1st and 10 here. On 1st down, it's White. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th.
I don't know how many more of these my heart can take, my man. I just don't know. Another big touchdown. Late in the game, they look like they're in control, but still, there's a chance. Block the extra point, go down and score, kick the extra point themselves. they can pull this one out.
Yeah, but also on the sideline that just took the lead, you got to get your defense ready and the special teams unit for the kickoff coming up.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Got to pull everyone together and make sure they're still focused and aren't already celebrating a win.
Gostkowski the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Ready? 50, plant.
50, Mike, 50. Ready?
Ready?
They begin with a run by Barkley. Space to maneuver at the 40. There he goes, right side. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. So what was already a game to remember becomes even more so as that touchdown run, a lengthy one, takes him over 200 yards now for the game.
And I love the fact that to get over 200, it took a pretty good sprint, didn't it? I mean, a lot of times you get 1 or 2 yards and, oh, he's over 200 yards. But that really put an exclamation point on the game he's having. Fantastic. A lot of fun to watch.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Wait, set. Alabama, 380.
Go, baby, they turn over. Get that ball. Get that ball. He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got double up, double up.
To throw is Brady. On the crossing route, that's caught. Julian Edelman. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Wait, set. 53.
It's a party now. It's a party now.
Back to throw, Brady. On the crossing route, he hits Demaryius Thomas. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
First down. First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Wait, set. 53.
Time to go, night. Tie that left, tie that left. 3 down, 3 down.
3
On a handoff, it's White. White's got a first down and more. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. James White with time running out. And the Patriots have moved out in front.
Well, any thoughts about overtime have ended at this juncture. That touchdown puts them up 6. I would imagine they'll kick the extra point now and rely on their defense.
Yeah, rely on their defense. So a little bit of time left on the clock here in the fourth, but they got to feel good now. Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go. 25-yard line.
Here we go, set. 60 outlaw.
53 flat. On yard.
5.
On play action, it's Manning. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. It got his man complete. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. So the big play gets them across midfield now for first and 10. They'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete to Tate. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's first and 10.
218, deep rip.
Into the red zone now. Manning. And this ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
And that touchdown means a decision has to be made. Do they kick the PAT and tie it up, or do they go for two and try and win it right now?
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we may very well be headed to overtime. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
Wait, set, 380!
Game situation, let's go.
Brady to throw. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
It's a short kick, taken at the 15. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Here we go.
At their own 30-yard line.
Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 right at the 30. A handoff to Barkley. Kyle Van Noy, the Pats' leading tackler in their Super Bowl run, in on the stop. Short gain there to start overtime.
Almost a tester play, wasn't it? Wanted to see if the guys on defense were going to fit the gaps the correct way, because we're in overtime. So it's not just physical tiredness out there, right? Mentally, are you still doing what you're supposed to do? And they were up to the task on that play.
And certainly fatigue on both sides of the football. 23 yards the pickup there. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
61, matchbox, lights.
Manning now to throw. Left side caught by Diggs. That throw good for only a couple and brings up 3rd down.
And partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Well done by the defense. They did their job here in overtime.
Boy, did they ever, because now it's 4th and really long. So if you do decide to go for it, people think you might be a little bit on the nut side, don't they? But guess what? If I did decide to go for it, I'd call something deep. I'd throw a deep pass and hope that the defense didn't remember to just knock it down. If they intercept it, it's almost like a great punt and helps out your defense with field position.
They'll go for it. It's Manning. And he's going to go down. Back across midfield. He's sacked at the 46. Dante Hightower. And that will force a turnover on downs.
Wait, set, fly, 20.
Hey, let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. Regular.
They'll run on 1st down. White. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard.
General West.
Opting to run again here with White. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 11 yards there, first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Wait, set. Wait, 20. Get him. Get him. Get him. Go Bandit.
Here's White. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys, poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field.
52's the mic. Don't let him breathe.
On second down now. It's White, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Wait, set. Wait, 20. 52 right here. 52.
All day, just like that. Just like that.
Mike 52. Mike 52. Alpha.
On third down, a run from White. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game. And how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, yet turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
And a timeout now here in overtime with 4 seconds remaining. So now it's going to come down to the Pro Bowler Gostkowski. And a timeout now here in overtime with 4 seconds remaining. So now it's going to come down to the Pro Bowler Gostkowski. This to win it in overtime. And Gostkowski, whoa, he missed it. It's no good. Wide to the left. Drama, drama, drama. We saw all of it in this one. Overtime, all the way to the end of OT. The long field goal shot to win it, but they couldn't convert.
And because it's the regular season, we don't play more bonus football. We don't go to another period. It ended right there. You get 1 in overtime to get it done. Look, let's face it. That field goal attempt was a long shot to begin with. No pun intended, or maybe pun intended. But it doesn't go through, and it ends in a tie.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew,
me so long getting back to my right mind. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind. 5 days straight, no rest, oh well. I don't need no scale. I've been on my, I don't need no help. Always getting money, rain, snow, sleet, every day I wear my thumb. I don't get to take off, a hater get up. I'm ready like lift off. I never been nowhere, but I'm ready to stay gone. Nothing ever lasts long. I'm always beating the odds. Taking all these trips, I had to go and get a passport. I'm just trying to live, I don't know what these mad for. I just signed a deal and got a really big bag for it. Still at your mama crib ain't getting money, you gotta ask for it. Tired of complaining, I gotta change my situation. Looking at the view outside, I thought I would never make it. Every day they take, but that don't stop the money making. If you want it, go and take it, ain't no point in hesitating. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies.